Welcome back to the show, guys. Today we're going to look at a Maono microphone designed for podcasting, gaming, and etc. So mostly like the whole podcast design. I like the desktop lean back, great look, and you know, great for those pod shows or desk where you're sitting behind and just want a showpiece. That is what this mic is great for. But overall, looks aren't everything. We want to find out if this is a great microphone. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it, take a look at it, check the construction, and test the microphone overall. So this is the Maono AU-902, or aka Very Lite. Thing I'd like to talk about right off the hop is the box, the overall look. I know that seems weird, but Maono has been known for either their black and yellow box, and it's been like that for quite a while with the tag, you know, AU, in this case the PM461TR, which is a budget microphone in this field. And if you want to see a review on this, comment below. You can see here that the typical look of the Maono box has been thrown right out the window, and that Very Lite just comes in a blue and a black look, which is kind of bold considering this is their colors. Now saying that, here's the new Manocaster Lite, so you can see they stick with the black and yellow look. Not only is this a new look, it is a specific look specifically for this model. Everything else still stays with their yellow and black colors. That was just something I wanted to talk about, as it was kind of unique to me to see this design, which is really sharp and really different. This is a sleeve design you just pull off. And in this case, there is no seal, so we are lucky. So we pull this open, we're greeted with the Maono user manual. Oops. So just basic setup and your, toilet paper, your standard toilet paper. Happy? I am happy too. Thank you. It's just, you need more help card, contact them. Now off the bat, I'm not going to pull the mic out first. I'm going to pull out the accessory box. Very nicely packed. I really got to say, this is nicely packed. Accessories can't be too much here because it's pretty much a powered mic off a USB. So there we go. That is as simple as that. And one thing that's really nice to see here, this is a USB-C microphone with a normal USB on the other end. The microphone, of course, is nicely packed in this foam, which is really nice. And what is this? Oh, there's your Keep It Fresh package. Never chew on those. So we'll now pull the microphone out. Now right off the bat, this whole thing is metal. And I like that. The Maono logo right there on the side. I'll do it so that it's properly shown. That is really nice. And of course, you have tighteners right here to stop it from swinging around. So in this case, if you wanted it to be this way, I guess, if you want to have easy access to the controls, which feel really nice and tight, actually, that's really nice. And you're greeted with this really nice base right here, which makes it nice and sweet and clean, heavy, and rubberized. So it's not just going to be thrown around. Other than that, the rest of this microphone actually feels pretty lightweight, like the possibility that's just made from aluminum. I don't know if this comes off. We're not going to try because I don't want to break it. So here you're greeted with a headphone volume and your microphone output. So that is your gain and your headphone. So in this case, this has a headphone jack right here and your USB-C to connect to your PC. Let's go to testing out the microphone. Welcome to the audio test of this microphone. And right now you can see, and I'm sorry, you're going to see maybe movement. Like this camera, it's a webcam. That's the only way I can get. So how I record on a different system. If I was on my OBS, one of my OBS systems, I could have recorded through OBS for my audio, but I recording through Windows camera app, which is one of my favorites. When I do that, of course, I have to have a webcam. Now, that webcam I focused on here to focus on this, to show you guys right now so you know it's this microphone, one, and two, that I'm only at 1/4 of the gain on this mic. So now we're going to run it up to halfway mark. So now we're at the halfway mark, and you can see that I turned it, so it should have went up. Hopefully that's all working the way it's supposed to, because I have to go back and listen to this and make sure it is what I expect, or the sound quality differences as I go along here, and what kind of background noise it's going to pick up. Like Peter, Piter, Picker, Pepper, Dapper, Duper ran home because he was scared. I don't know. Anyway, bottom line is, if I hit right here, it muted me. Because one touch mute, you'll see your light go red. So if you're doing a show, podcast, whatever, and you're like, why can't anybody hear me? And that's red, press it. That is why. You have a headphone monitor right here. So there's a headphone jack on the back, under just over the USB-C plug-in. And you can adjust your headphone volume out and monitor right through here. So it's kind of like a little one-stop shop, which is kind of nice, because if you're just looking for a clean little area and maybe one wire around, that would be about the only wire you had to hide or see at whatever point, however you're doing it. So I'm a foot away. Just want to make that clear. This is a standing table. It's at my belly button. And I'm above standing normal. And I'm about definitely minimum a foot away from the microphone, which I think is perfect, because if I'm sitting down doing a podcast or standing, I don't really want to be, I don't want to be like that. I want to be comfortable, relaxed, and being in a lot of pain, I want to be able to just lie back in my chair or whatever I have to do. So depending on who you are or what you need, these are important notices to know how far away I am, so that way you know, hey man, I can be comfortable at like a foot or two. And here, I'm back about good 2 feet right now. So just to give you an example of that. So that's something very important for me moving forward. So let's turn this baby up. So this is going to be about where I think the mic would need to be. And as I'm talking, you're seeing that I'm moving back. I'm moving back a lot and moving forward. And yes, I'm wearing shorts, and yes, there is a mess behind there, because this is a section of the studio you don't see, and maybe I should clean it up. But anyway, I think this is where, because I like to hear my voice. I'm very want to hear me. I just want to hear me. Oh, is that Maono not quite showing? That's terrible. I don't know. I just did that just for fun. Anyway, that's the headphones I'm using, of course, to listen back. These are a studio set of headphones. I can actually put a link below for this as well if you're looking for a good set of headphones for around $50 Canadian. These guys are really good. I also have their cheaper brother coming in. I'm going to test those out soon, and I actually bought them for the podcast so these could stay on my gaming machine. I like corded controls, or corded wires, and I like the simple things of AV audio jacks, because I believe the headphone jack, because I believe that I still get better sound, in my opinion, with the right sound cards than I do with, like, say, my $200 SteelSeries headset. So, and yes, you get your 3D immersion, you get everything that all these fancy brand names can give you. These Maono headsets have done everything for me, and that's what I use for gaming today. Okay, so now we're going to test wind conditions. Fan is now on. So I'm on speed 1. I'm going to go to 3 right away, as that is where I'm comfortable doing a podcast and not having... Now, in this sense, I'm a little closer to the fan than I would be in a podcast, so it's going to be a little harder hitting to the microphone, but I want to see what it's like under a little bit of a cooling environment, whether it be an air conditioner coming down on it or your fan going on it, just to keep some ambient air moving so you don't die in your studio. Like, my studio is not that big, and again, what you see on the other side is the other wall. So, I mean, here. You see, I'm touching, and I'm touching. So, you know, it's not a big area. It just looks bigger in the videos. And that is the secret of camera. So now we're going to go to 6. Well, first I'll be quiet. I know it's hard for me to be quiet because I like to hear myself, but here. Okay, and now we're going to go to speed 6. So that's my fan on blast. It's got a 6-speed tranny, and she's full horsepower right now. So again, let's just be quiet again. Okay, again, Peter Piper picked some pickles and peppers or whatever and got scared and ran home and cried to his mommy. Simple, simple. Okay, welcome back, guys. And I've gone over everything with this microphone. And, okay, so it's not a big fan of wind, but, I mean, let's be realistic. Well, on 3, the fan wasn't that bad. I heard it, but where it would normally be, it wouldn't be a factor for me. But in the test, it was closer, and it did affect it. Not horribly, but it was there. You could hear it. On 6-speed, forget it. I just heard it non-stop. So I wouldn't be using it outdoors, and it wasn't meant to be used outdoors, so let's be real there. It was just, that's a test I do with every microphone. Maybe if it had a windsock or something on it, then we could probably get away with it. Now the other, like I said, cool feature here, one touch, it's mute, now it's red, the camera's picking that up, and another touch, and you're live again. So that's cool, so you know right now that you're muted, and nothing bad is coming out of your mouth and going to your viewer, and that is very important. So you might want to have this engaged in front of you, and then that way you can control everything without having to go to the backside, which is how I had it. I kind of had it like this, you know, during the podcast, but I had everything set the way I wanted it, and that was that. Overall, sound quality, pickup was really nice from all different gains. I still like the almost full gain for hearing me, but that is a preference of mine. I just like to know that my viewer, I can easily turn, or the viewer could turn down their volume versus, no, I don't want the mic to be overpowering or overpower my partner in the video either, but I do want to be heard, and that is important. So, and again, when I'm doing a podcast, someone will say, hey man, turn your gain down or whatever, and I believe that is where it was the safe spot, where everybody was happy with my volume and the gain. Overall, like again, all metal construction, really well built, very lightweight. The base is all the weight. Everything else is very, almost like a tin, but I'm pretty sure it's mostly aluminum or what. It's metal anyway, and it's well built, well designed, like I expect from Maono. Anyway, I also want to point out that Maono does not pay me, and again, any review I do is not paid. I want to make that clear because some people might think, oh wow, they gave you a microphone. That is not payment. That is, hey, can you review our item and give an honest opinion? And that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm giving you an honest opinion for its price tag. It is decent. I've, used better mics, but they were in a $20 to $30 price jump over this one. If you're just looking for that tabletop style of microphone, I mean, let's face it, a Yeti is 3 times the price or more. And this guy's a sub $60, $50 Canadian microphone and does a very decent job. The depths and the punch, like your mids, highs, and lows, are not quite as good as, let's say, my higher end Maono microphones, but it's very decent. So if you're starting out, you want a decent podcast microphone, and you're on a budget, this is what I call the very Lite AU-902. Is a great budget friendly, without breaking your bank account, and still giving you a decent podcast or gaming or whatever you wish to use it for. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Again, links below are affiliate links, and they help the channel if you're buying anything. If you're interested in the headphones as well, I'll leave a link, as I have reviewed these. I can leave another thing up in the thing for you guys to go look at that headset. It's actually a really good headset. And anyway, well, thanks for watching. I'm very impressed with the dollar figure. Again, the headset's not included, guys. Just remember that I just have it there just for, you know, the Maono logo-ish tip thing. I was just trying to be hip. Yeah. Till next time, guys. Game over.